In his first act as president, Ruto signed an executive order appointing 6 judges to the Court of Appeal and 2 to the Labour Court. The judges had been seconded for appointment by the Judicial Service Commission but had been rejected by now retired President Uhuru Kenyatta. The president will preside over the swearing-in of the 6 tomorrow, even as he unpacks a bag full of goodies for the judiciary, an arm of government that has had a rough ride under the Jubilee administration. Here's NTV's Ibrahim Karanja with the details.
It was a promise he made many times on the campaign trail, and on his inauguration day he reaffirmed it.
To further demonstrate my commitment to the independence of the judiciary, this afternoon I will appoint the 6 judges already nominated for appointment to the Court of Appeal, which was done 3 years ago by the Judicial Service Commission.
And moments later, just as he settled down at his new address, the president put pen to paper, reversing a key decision of his predecessor Uhuru Kenyatta. A statement from the president's press team, now back to its old name of Presidential Press Service (PPS), said that the president had signed the 2 executive orders appointing the 6. High Court judges George Odunga, Agri Muchelule, Weldon Korir and Professor Joel Ngugi were seconded to the appellate court, but retired President Uhuru Kenyatta failed to consider them when he eventually appointed 35 other judicial officers more than 2 years later. Chief Magistrate Evans Makori and High Court Registrar Judith Omange were also on Kenyatta's blacklist, having been appointed to the Environment and Lands Court. It, however, did not start with the 6. The exact number of judicial officers interviewed and seconded by the JSC in 2019 was 41, and all of them were left on the yellow, causing a rift between Kenyatta and Chief Justice Emeritus David Maraga. Kenyatta at the time citing intelligence reports against some of the nominees for the refusal to appoint them.
Some of the individuals the executive claims to have adverse information against are serving judges. If the executive's allegations are true, these persons should not then be serving as judges. However, no evidence whatsoever has been availed to the JSC, both during the interviewing process and after. Unfortunately, this disregard of court orders by the president is part of the pattern by the executive. It is important to remind Kenyans that in addition to these 2 specific orders, the executive routinely disregards court orders.
I, Martha Karambu Koome.
After the ascension of Martha Koome to the office of Chief Justice, President Kenyatta appointed 34 of the 40 nominees. This was in June 2021. By the time 1 of the nominees had died and 6 were conspicuously missing from the list of appointments. Ruto, who was serving as deputy president, used that failure by Kenyatta as political fodder during his campaigns, and with the election having gone his way and instruments of power handed to him, the new president has overturned Kenyatta's will.
Tomorrow, I shall preside over their swearing in so that they can get on with the business of serving the people of Kenya.
Ruto has also declared that his administration will respect judicial authority. This also seen as a shift from the former regime, which was largely blamed for disrespecting court orders. The president further promising an annual 3 billion shillings increase to the judiciary budget for the next 5 years. That will see that arm of government finally have 15 billion shillings on top of the current budget of 75 billion shillings.
These interventions will empower the judiciary to adjudicate and expeditiously conclude corruption cases, commercial disputes, and all other matters, thereby enhancing access to justice and efficiency in our judiciary.
The Presidential Press Service statement says that the 6 judges will be sworn in tomorrow, ending a 2-year standoff that kept the judiciary and the executive at loggerheads for a considerable part of Uhuru's presidency. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV.